Hello, friends. Hope you all are doing well and staying safe. Welcome back to yet another video of the Football Mania to bring you all the latest news and exciting content from the FIFA World Cup. And I have to say that this is the best World Cup which I have witnessed till date. It has so many thrills and spills, and nothing is predictable. Yes, my friends, this World Cup has delivered some crazy results, and yet again, yesterday, if you saw the match between Ghana and Uruguay, you would realize that karma is truly there. And why is karma there? Because we all know what happened back in 2010 in South Africa in the quarterfinals between Ghana and Uruguay. And Luis Suarez was, called the victim. He was called the person who, actually shut the door on Ghana, and his hand in the goal line actually prevented Ghana from scoring. And eventually, Ghana went out on penalties. Yes, you can say it was a very, very lucky break for Uruguay that time. And this time around in this fixture, Ghana wanted to take revenge. Well, the best way for Ghana to take revenge would be to go through and make sure that Uruguay are knocked out of the World Cup. However, this scenario did not happen. Uruguay were clinical in front of goal, especially in the first half. De Arrascaeta with the brace gave Uruguay a 2-0 lead against Ghana, and I was expecting this Ghanaian team to actually do quite well, having seen that they have players like Mohamed Kudus, Andre Ayew, Jordan Ayew, and Thomas Partey. And before this brace, let's remember that Ghana got a penalty. It went to the VAR and it was rightly called a penalty. And Andre Ayew with a very, very tame effort, which eventually was saved by the Uruguayan goalkeeper Rochet. And I was expecting Uruguay with the front three with Darwin Nunes, Luis Suarez, and Facundo Pellistri to create chances. And once again, we have seen in the previous matches that Uruguay had not been performing well. In possession, they are simply very, very disappointing, and they don't have that kind of quick transition which can make you feel that wow, this is a team which can go far in this World Cup. I did not get any excitement when I saw Uruguay, but they turned up for this match and they deserved the 2-0 lead going into the halftime break. And I was expecting Ghana to come stronger in the second half because they knew that even a draw would be enough for Ghana to qualify for the round of 16. And I saw that from the first whistle in the second half, Ghana were looking to press higher up the pitch. Especially, they brought on some changes. Bukhari came on, and Thomas Partey could have taken control of the midfield, and he is a Rolls Royce of a midfielder. If he takes possession of the ball and he can string a few passes, let's be ready for a roller coaster. That is what I was expecting. However, Jimenez and Coates did an extremely good job in the back line for Uruguay, and once again Federico Valverde in the midfield has made a big difference for this setup of Diego Alonso. And once again, Uruguay, whenever they got those opportunities, they could have buried the game. There were some close calls for the penalty shout on Edinson Cavani later on in the game. And once they realized that South Korea have won the match against Portugal, South Korea was going through thanks to a higher number of goals, and you need to be very, very clinical in this tournament. Otherwise, any scenario can kick you out of the World Cup. That is what we have seen so far, and even Mexico would have ruined their chances. With Uruguay, I was expecting them to be more clinical after they were 2-0 up, and Luis Suarez was helpless from the touchline. As soon as he realized that South Korea are winning, he fell into tears. And he was like so emotional towards the end. There were some close calls. 2-0 on the night for Uruguay. is what it finished, and it was not enough for the Uruguayan team to qualify. And Luis Suarez, once again at the big stage, he has disappointed. Everyone would say that, Ghana got their revenge back. Yes, they got knocked out, but they took Uruguay along with them outside the World Cup. And that is where I felt that towards the last 5 minutes of the match, Ghana were just trying to prevent from allowing a goal. That is exactly the tactics what Ghana were doing. They did not want Uruguay to qualify, and once again there were some very very controversial decisions. But I would love to know what are your thoughts about this performance by Ghana and Uruguay. Now that Uruguay are out, they are joined by Germany, Belgium as some of the big names who are knocked out of this tournament. And we saw the frustration towards the end. Jimenez, Coates, and all the other players were furious at the referee, and I don't know why they did not look at those penalty calls up closely. But I feel that it was the right decision in the end. Ghana would be so happy that they have got the revenge for back in 2010. And let's remember now that there is South Korea and Japan in the round of 16. There is something about the Asian teams which has to be given full credit. And sometimes we underestimate the power of Asia as a footballing continent. We have seen that whenever you use five substitutes to its full effect, you can make a difference in the outcome of games. That is what happened with Japan, and that is exactly what has happened with South Korea. South Korea got a crucial winner in the 92nd minute with Heung-min Son running almost 50 yards up the pitch and giving a very very timely assist for Hwang Hee Lee to get the eventual winner. And even after that match finished, Heung-min Son was waiting for the scenario between Ghana and Uruguay, because they knew that a goal for Uruguay would completely change the scenario. However, that did not happen. Son was emotional for the right reasons because they had qualified, and on the other hand, I'm sorry, but Luis Suarez was shedding into tears, and a very very disappointing night, something which I was expecting Uruguay, because Uruguay have a good history of qualifying for the knockout stages of the World Cup, and for them to not be there is a very big disappointment. So guys, please let me know what do you think about the ramifications of this result, and I would love to know what are your predictions for the round of 16 moving forward. So if you have liked this video, thank you so much, and please stay tuned. If you have not yet subscribed, hit the subscribe button and hit the bell notification for regular updates. And until next time, stay safe and take care.